There is one skincare brand I'm actually afraid to stop using because the results were that good. I'm talking about OneSkin, and especially their OS-01 peptide. Now, there are a number of products that are worthy of my money and a spot in my skincare routine, but very occasionally there are some that truly stand out. OneSkin is one of them. Strangely enough, it started with their body lotion, and honestly, I just didn't expect much. But 3 months later, this horrible, crepey, wrinkly skin was disappearing. I mean, completely disappearing. So I had to ask, what's in here that's making such a difference? So today we're going to talk about what the OS-01 peptide actually is, how it's different from the other peptides out there, what the science says, and a little bit about the people who created it. And later, I'm bringing in another creator, my friend Cindy from Beyond 50 Skin, because she's going to share her experience too. So, what is OS-01? Now, let me start by saying I am not a scientist. I am not a skincare professional. I'm just a regular gal trying to find the best products for skin longevity. The things that are going to keep my skin healthier for longer. But I'll tell you what I've learned. Peptides are short chains of amino acids, and in skincare, they're basically little messengers. They tell your skin to do certain jobs, like make more collagen, or calm inflammation, or reduce pigment, or even repair this area. But OS-01 is different. It's designed to go after one of the root causes of skin aging, something called cellular senescence. It's actually very hard to say. But as we age, some of our skin cells basically retire. They stop dividing and they just hang around, sending out inflammatory signals that make the neighboring cells age faster too. Like inflammation is the last thing that we want for our skin. They're like the moldy raspberry that turns the raspberries around it moldy too, which is why they're called zombie cells, and they are not doing us any favors at all. So OS-01 switches off those damaged cells, which, by the way, that's what contributes to lines, wrinkles, and sagging skin, so that your skin behaves more like it did when it was younger. So it makes more collagen, it maintains thickness, and it also heals faster. So how is it really different from other peptides? Now, there are lots of peptides out there, like matrixyl and copper peptides and arginine, and they all have their own uses. In fact, I use quite a few of these in my skincare routine because they each perform a specific task. Matrixyl is great for boosting collagen, but it doesn't deal with the zombie cell issue. Copper peptides are fantastic for wound healing and general skin repair, but they're not going to reverse cellular aging. And arginine is nicknamed Botox in a bottle because it relaxes expression lines, but it doesn't do much for the overall health of your skin cells. So let's talk a little bit about the research. One lab study using the face supplement showed a 15% improvement on the skin barrier, as well as diminished wrinkles and improved smoothness. They also did a double-blind split face clinical trial, meaning that one half of the face got the OS-01 and the other half got a placebo cream. The side with OS-01 showed better hydration, a stronger skin barrier, and just overall healthier looking skin. Another interesting lab study was done comparing skin treated with the face supplement versus a 1% retinol product. The retinol appears to compromise the cellular structure, whereas OS-01 showed a 23% increase in the epidermal thickness. That's pretty incredible. So which products am I using? So their product range seems to be growing, but I am currently using their 3 core products. There's the face supplement, which is specifically for face and neck. There is the eye supplement and the body supplement. Now, strangely enough, my journey began with the body product. Now, this is designed specifically for the thicker body skin to make it firmer, thicker, and better hydrated. Now, like I mentioned, I didn't really think this was going to have any significant impact. So stupidly, I didn't take any before shots. Huge regret, guys, huge. So for context, I've always had a relatively toned, slim upper body. I haven't had to do much with it. You know, I'm a classic pear. I carry my weight in my hips and my thighs. So, but about 2 years ago, seemingly overnight, my arms turned into those of an old lady. Not only were they flabby, they were crepey and they were wrinkly. They were not my arms. So I started using the body supplement just in this section right here, just in the upper part of my arms. That was it. And after a few months, the wrinkles were gone. I mean, they were gone. I don't know if you guys can see this, but right here, there's a tiny area, has these little lines, right? Well, those little lines were over my entire arm. They are gone now. And I honestly couldn't believe it. And I only just realized yesterday as I was looking at this, that the reason that those are still there is that when I apply my lotion, I obviously stop because I use this hand stop right here and I'm not getting that section. Well, I am now. I started it today. So I have not stopped using this product since. It has been well over a year. I've probably gone through 3 bottles of these just using it on my arms, and that's it. So that's when I thought maybe I should see what the face and the eye products do. So I started with the eye supplement. Now this has the highest concentration of the OS-01 peptide in it. The skin around our eyes is 5 times thinner than the rest of our body, and it's also been shown to age faster with higher senescent cells. Great. So this was designed to thicken the under eye skin area, to boost hydration and reduce dark circles as well as those fine lines. But for me, it's all about the texture. Texture is everything. So I want it to have the right thickness, and I want it coupled with hydration and plumpness. That's what I'm looking for. And the very first time I applied this, I immediately got online and I bought another one. And I have used it every day since. So then I added the face supplement. So this is all about improving barrier function, the tone of our skin, the radiance, and also the firmness. Now for me personally, this isn't hydrating enough to use as my only moisturizer, which is its intention. I tend to just add a separate moisturizer on top. However, this could be the perfect moisturizer for most people. I just personally prefer something thicker. Beyond the OS-01 peptide, these formulas are also packed with skincare heroes like niacinamide for brightening and barrier support, hyaluronic acid and squalane for hydration and plumping, as well as ceramides to kind of lock everything else in. They're fragrance-free, cruelty-free, and purely focused on improving skin health from the inside out. One thing to note, their studies were based on using these products twice a day. I don't. I only use them once because they're expensive. But even only using these once a day, I have seen incredible results. But you know, I'm not the only one testing this stuff. So my friend Cindy from Beyond 50 Skin has been using OneSkin too. So we decided to get together and share our honest thoughts. Cindy, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us here today. To everyone out there, this is Cindy from Beyond 50 Skin. She and I talk all the time. We have been meaning to do this for quite a while, so it's a pleasure to have you here. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm enjoying talking to you today about something we both have discovered and fallen in love with.
Great.
For me, it took me a long time to get into the science of this. It was somewhat confusing. I had never heard of senescent cells. Had you, Mary?
Nope.
No. And I'd never heard of zombie cells. So I kind of was at a loss as to why this would make a big difference to my skin until I started reading a little bit more. And it was 2 or 3 years into the product development before I really decided to take a look at it. So Mary and I both decided to jump on this OneSkin bandwagon, give it a try. And we both tried the OneSkin body for, how long did you try it for, Mary?
Oh, I've now been on it for probably a year.
Okay, a whole year. Yeah. Now I did a stop and start. I did it end of the summer last year and shared my results with you guys.
Which were incredible.
And then I decided, and then I took the winter off. Why? I don't know. Well, it's not okay, let's just say it. It is not the cheapest product out there.
No.
So I did take a break. And that was during the wintertime, probably when I shouldn't have. And then when I talked to Mary recently, we decided we're going to give this a try together. And I jumped back on it. And instead of just using it on my crepey knees, I decided to use it head to toe. So I went through quite a bit of it. And it was exclusively, and it was the only product I used, Mary. I don't know if I told you that, but it's the only body product I used for the 3.5 months. So
Okay.
what's your experience?
Can I ask you a question first? When you stopped using it, did your skin go back to where it was before you'd started? That's interesting. And that's why I'm afraid to stop it.
Yes.
Right there. So for me, again, I was hearing a lot about it. There was buzz, people were talking about it, but I didn't know if I believed it, quite frankly. And what made me take the plunge first was I had done a video with Jody Lynn over at Aging Naturally with Jody Lynn, completely unrelated. And we were testing a serum for the face that was all about lymphatic drainage. So to use this product and to test it effectively, we stopped everything else, right? We didn't use any other peptides or retinoids or anything else. And I think we did it for maybe 2 or 3 months or whatever. Now, interestingly enough, I showed really good results. But what Jody Lynn decided is that she couldn't stand what happened to her face after not using the OneSkin during that period. And I'm like, wait, what?
So interesting.
So that is when my ears started to perk up and I said, okay, maybe there's something to that. So at that stage, I wasn't ready to test the face supplement because I was testing other things. So I just wasn't ready for that journey. So I said, you know what? I'm going to start with the body supplement. But what I did is I isolated only one area because it is so freaking expensive. So I only did the area. Yeah, you did the knees and I did this area here.
And I'm so upset that I didn't take before photos because the crepiness that, I'm sorry, menopause is a thing. And that's where it started to show. All of a sudden, I had a sagging, grody old lady arm. And this was when I was 53. And I'm like, this isn't right. So I isolated that. And I have to say, it took about 3 months. The result was incredible. Like it was incredible. And then I just got really mad that I didn't take any of the before photos because I thought no one's going to believe this. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't believe it. And I have not stopped since because I'm afraid of what's going to happen if I stop to that skin. So I have now used it repeatedly for over a year. And then I started using the eye cream and I started using the face cream. And that's what's happened. And I'm using them all right now. They're all expensive. So I have been stocking up during the Black Friday sales. Now they have sent me some, but I have bought more than they have sent me. And even the,
I know.
are you the same? Are you the same?
Too, but I'm like, I got more. I need more. I need more.
I need more. And I remember the eye cream, because I'm a huge eye cream person anyway. And the very first time I used it, I got on that day and I ordered another one. It's got that consistency that I like, the thickness. It's everything that I wanted in a cream. So I'm kind of hooked on OneSkin.
I am too. I am too. And I stopped using it during those winter months, and I definitely noticed a huge change. That's why when you proposed doing this collaboration, I was like, yes, yes, I need an excuse to buy this stuff and get back on it. Definitely.
So how have the last 3 months been?
Beautiful. My crepey skin, I focused mostly on my arms. I did do head to toe, but because it is so pricey, I just did one layer everywhere else and really slathered it on my arms. That was kind of my main focus. So I kind of parsed it out, like 2 pumps for the leg, no more, and for each leg, and then 1 pump for the torso, and then the body, the arms got slathered, you know? So
I know, it's funny because I only do this part of my arm, but not this part. And I do my upper thighs, but not my lower legs because it is like gold dust and it is expensive.
It is gold.
So I'm probably going to sign up to the refill program because it's less expensive to do it that way. And I might stagger it so it's not all hitting at the same time.
You can just use this in a targeted way. You don't have to like go head to toe. Like if you're just worried about your crepey arms, just go for that.
100%. Or maybe the torso or my thighs is an area for me now too. So I am very concentrated. I'm very sparing with it, but I know that it works. I've seen it work.
Yeah. I was so skeptical at first, but you are going to be surprised. This summer was the first time I purchased a sleeveless dress for an event, and I wore it, and I was being photographed, and it just changed my confidence to the point where I was willing to do sleeveless. And that for me is huge. I don't wear shorts. And I have to say, I didn't wear too many shorts anyway. It's a me thing, not the one thing
too. I'm right there with you.
I don't know. I just can't do shorts. But at least I felt so much more confident if I did want to wear a shorter skirt or if I did want to wear shorts, I felt just so much more confident. And me purchasing a sleeveless dress is huge. And especially when I knew I was going to be photographed and in pictures and doing some recording. So yeah, I mean, it's just really, besides the fact that it just makes your skin look gorgeous, it really boosted my confidence.
And I think that's the most important thing. If we feel good about ourselves, then, that's the name of the game. It doesn't really matter what anybody else thinks. Not to me. It's how do I feel? And I found that this is a product that's really made the difference. So that's great. That's just fantastic to hear.
Yeah. And I thank you for pushing me into doing this because I probably would have really skimped again and just done my knees. And I don't know, like you said, just kind of used it conservatively. But this collaboration kind of gave me the impetus to purchase a lot more. And
sure, OneSkin will be delighted.
Lots of empties to share in my next empties video.
I do too. And I realize I only have one backup at the body now. So I opened one and there's one left and I start to get nervous.
I just finished my last one. And why I didn't think to purchase ahead, I've just been waiting for kind of a sale. So fingers crossed they have one soon.
I don't know.
Like you said, on the subscription program. That's probably the smartest thing to do if it's something you want to dedicate, into your routine. And I am, like I said, I went off all my other skincare and just did this. And in the first section of this video today, I was telling everybody about my Holy Grail products, my Desert Island products. And this is now in there. I mean, it's just, there's no excuse anymore, even if I just use it sparingly on certain bits, but it's my moisturizer. It's my body moisturizer. Yep.
So guys, you just heard that. Cindy's Desert Island body care video is going up on Sunday, same day you're seeing this, at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So when you're done watching this video, go watch that one because she'll give you some of those details. And of course, the OneSkin is going to feature in there. So Cindy, thank you so much. What a joy to see you. We're definitely going to need to do this again.
Yes, definitely. This was so much fun. I love talking skincare with you, as always.
Yep. I know. So fun. All right. Well, we will see you soon. Thanks again.
Take care.
I really love hearing how other people's skin responds because it's such an individual thing. Like what works for me might be totally different for you. So the more perspectives, the better. I'll have the link to Cindy's video down below, so go check it out after this one. So who's behind the OneSkin brand? You know, this isn't your typical beauty brand story. 4 women scientists from Brazil started the company in 2016. They all have PhDs in things like stem cell research, tissue engineering, and bioinformatics. So they essentially wanted to answer one question. Do any of these so-called anti-aging products actually work? They felt the answer was mostly no. So they set out to create something that did. So their mission is to make skin healthier and more resilient, not just prettier. So more than 5 years of research and 900 peptides later, they developed the OS-01. I think that they approach it more like preventative medicine. It's like a fitness plan for your skin. Now, unfortunately, I didn't do an isolated test for the face supplement, so there are no before and after photos. But I can tell you, I am so happy with my skin these days. It is the best it's been in my entire adult life. And this, my friends, is why I'm afraid to stop using OneSkin. So today, I've got nothing on except skincare, plus a little mascara and a lip balm. I think it's looking pretty good for 54. What do you reckon?
Oh, yeah.
He's asleep over there. So in short, OS-01 is different because it's going after the why of skin aging. And there's actual science to back it up. Now, y'all know I like to test and I like to layer a lot of different products, but very few remain consistent over months and even years. OneSkin is one of them. It's not cheap, but if you're interested in longevity skincare, it's one of the few that's really putting their research out there. Plus, I have a discount code, which I use too. So I want to know, have you guys tried OneSkin yourself, or are there other peptide products that you're using? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know what's worked or maybe what's not worked. And if you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up so more skincare lovers can find it. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you at the next one. Bye. They also did a double-blind split face. I feel like I have marbles in my mouth. Blah, 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 blah.